Well, I think the first thing is just how deep purpose goes. So I think there's a recognition that purpose is not something that's a marketing strategy. It's not something that's a short-term thing. So it's really kind of taken with just how committed firms are. I think just the kind of the ability to take these messages all around the world. I think there's a tendency to say purpose is perhaps something that we in the West or in the developed economies are now prepared to pay for, because we've pretty much solved most of our problems by creating a whole lot of others, but we now are it's about purpose rather than experience or about service or so on. And I think what impressed me was just how powerful purpose could be globally to solve some of those challenges. Well, I think in a nutshell, and I probably would say this, but to be authentic. So to really take that purpose and live it and breathe it every day, and as part of your organisation, but also as part of the stands you take, and also as part of the partners that you work with. What impressed me was, I think that in some of the examples today, was that people are taking stands, and I think we've seen how marketers, some of those marketers that have had a history of really taking a stand, have benefited by that, and they understand that powerful idea behind a brand, which is if you stand for something, you will upset a lot of people, but you will gain a lot of adherence too. That if you really stand for nothing, that if your purpose is there to largely just appease everyone, you won't upset anyone, but you won't really cut through either. So I think for me, to be purpose-led is to really, to make choices, to make really tough choices, and then to follow them through, and to know that you will never be, I guess, able to live up all the time to that choice, but that you're prepared to also, take it on the chin and then work it through and improve what you're actually doing. I think, as we know with authenticity, it's like most things, like honesty or quality, that if you have to say it, it can't be true. So it comes down to how you show it. Tone of voice becomes important, and I think there's a tendency to assume that authenticity is just a few markers. We kind of talk about the craft, we talk about some sort of deeper motivation, and that doesn't have to be the case. Authenticity has always been a bit of a moving target, and so therefore actually knowing your audience, knowing your message, and actually being able to communicate that in a very effective way, and in a way that doesn't necessarily preach, but does more with less, that demonstrates rather than actually states. Well, I think the first one I would say is how serious are you about this? I think we have seen that once you engage in purpose, you make yourself a target. There's no doubt. If you take a stand, if you put your head above the parapet, we know someone's going to try and knock it off or knock you down. And so how prepared are you to do this, and how prepared are you as an organisation to live and breathe this? Some of these issues that people are taking around animal rights, around gender stereotyping, around the sustainability, it's so easy to shoot people down. And you will get shot down. And so firstly, it's how prepared are you to live through all of these things and make the improvements. But before you take that stand, I mean, how much internal audit have you actually done of all your practices? How much auditing have you done of all your partners, of all your business decisions?